contract with you or not?
No, no contract.
Month to month?
Yeah, so just month to month. Because in that first month, like I told you, you're gonna see what's possible.
Okay.
You're gonna see what's possible. So you're gonna see for yourself like whether it's worth actually, continue working together or not. Because
Nice.
like I mentioned at the beginning of the call, um, you're not gonna pay someone $1 if you're not getting like at least $1 back, right? So that's why I mentioned within the first month you're gonna be able to see whether you want to up it, downscale it, or you don't want it at all, right? And it's not something I can actually tell you, but more something I can show you. And obviously people like other painting companies, like for example Swift Hand Painting in Salt Lake, um, they're not putting money on ads for nothing, right? Because if they would be doing that, they're just throwing money away, but they're actually still advertising till this day because they know that it gets more of the traffic in the door than the person who's just relying on word of mouth, or the person that's just on the fence of like, will it work for me or not? Does that make sense? I totally get what you're saying, and hopefully I didn't confuse you on anything up until this point, right?
We're good. We're good. I appreciate your information and the way that you address to me all the information from your company. Very interesting. I will have to just see if it's something that I would like to do and start jumping and, like jump in the pool.
Yeah.
Because guys, they're already doing it. So
Yeah, no, I hear you. Now, be completely honest with me. Do you actually see the value in something like this at all?
if I will see money in return, I will, with my eyes closed, will do it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
That have to be, if what you're saying and what you're offering me will it's the right thing. I never, like I said, it will be my first time that I commit to such a much good deal on marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Expensive to me right now. It's like, okay, let's go. I'll see what's in this world.
Right, right.
Marketing cost
Yeah.
because a lot of referrals. I control my leads and I pay like monthly to monthly, a small amount here or there. But I'm going out there, and if it's giving me a lot of traffic, I'm probably gonna be so happy.
Gotcha.
And yeah, we'll continue working. But at the same time, I want to kind of have information of your company, and if you have any product or something that I can see in a video or something, that would be helpful for me to kind of look for.
Yeah. Well,
This
look.
is the companies that I'm doing. Go check, and I'm gonna go check what you guys do, And I do this, like, what are the ads that you offer? Probably we're gonna have to be talking behind the screens, right? Hey, put 10%, 20% off this winter season, right? And then you just invent 20% off of trim, touch up, cleaning, whatever,
Yeah. No, well, look, now as far as client results go, we never know what's going to happen tomorrow on any social media platform, but we can be sure of a few things that will happen. And really, it's with having strategy in place. Because if you're randomly just spending money on like Facebook just to boost a post or just to see if it's going to work by putting up random ads, then it's not really going to do much for you compared to the person that has an actual strategy, right? Now, obviously, I wouldn't want to do this either if I were to be like 100% sure it'd work for me. Now, I don't want you to do this if you guys are having a hard time closing deals already, because I genuinely want you to make profit in us working together, or else you won't want to keep doing this. And that's to state the obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, estimates will come. That's not the problem. But more importantly, I know that if you're happy, you're going to stick around and even rave about me to other people that could possibly be referrals for me, which is honestly so much more important to me than anything I could charge. And I'm sure you feel the same way with your clients. Am I right?
Exactly the same thing.
Right, exactly. Now, I wouldn't be confident in telling you that it's going to work if it's never worked for anyone who's tried this with me. my last client, Mike Perry from Intermountain Painting. I have an actual video testimony of him as well, but he made 27K projects from us working together. And so if it worked for him, I know it can work for you too. So rather than us going back and forth, wouldn't you rather kind of see for yourself what's actually possible, like if there wasn't no risk?
Sure.
Because what I mean is, if like now I'm willing to do a guarantee for you if you can be 100% sure that, you know, you're going to continue closing the deals, basically the ones that I get you, even if they're scheduled, right? But just so you're sure, 100% sure that it'll actually work for you, you know, so you don't feel like you have any risk on your end. Now, do you want me to show you how this guarantee works? Is that something you're open to?
Yes. Just, I'm gonna have to. I have a tight budget already for December. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to start if we're gonna do it in January and start going hard in January. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna get ready with videos, pictures,
Yeah.
stuff that I give you.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be most like convincing also myself that when I have the money again for marketing, we're gonna go and put all the money in with you in January.
Yeah. No, definitely. And so, like I mentioned to you on the phone when we first spoke on the phone, I mentioned to you that I was only taking on one person in the area, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, I definitely don't have anyone there in that North Salt Lake range from like Layton to, you know, like let's say Salt Lake, right? So from those areas like that, you know, that like 15 to 20 mile radius, I won't be working with anyone competing in that area just so it's all exclusive to you, right? Now, obviously, just like you get like a lot of estimates that you go to and stuff. I have a few basically leads of myself that I've been talking to and maybe have taken one on, but really the only thing I wanted to do is take a painter on for this area that's ready for January. So that's why I was either way, payment process is about 30 days, but just to have someone that's for sure right there, you know, ready to go for January. That's really what I was looking for. I mean, is that something that you would kind of want to fit in a spot for?
Yeah. Now it's 2,500 a month. You say, right?
Yes, and so like I mentioned, that's gonna be 2,500, but you're spending 2,000 on Facebook ads, right? And then you're spending 500 on me and my team and the work, right? And it's only 500 a month, really. But 500 a month, that's an active subscription from me, you can say. But with Facebook ads, it's not like you're giving me $2,000 up front.
No. You're paying Facebook.
Yeah, and that's your card on file with Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And so that's gradually. That's not like $2,000 day one, right?
It depends on how long you guys do things there, right?
Yeah, it's typically a 30 to 45 day range, right? But it's gradually like, you know, you're gradually paying, and that's really to get your name out, right? If you were to eliminate, like you mentioned already, you eliminate all of Yelp and Angie's and the rest, right? And if you were to put some of that money to add into the 2K on ad spend, then you're really putting your money where it mainly matters, because it's not just like a Google listing that you get, right?
Yeah, I see.
It's not like a Yelp listing.
I have one question then. How long you post a new ad?
It depends, because we try to squeeze the juice out of an ad as much as possible. So some ads will last about like a week, some will last about 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, I see. So at least 2, possibly, or short, a month.
Two what, sorry?
2 ads kind of month.
Yeah, it kind of depends on how the month goes and how everything goes, but yeah, 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So would you be
Right.
would you be willing to kind of be ready for January if this is
Yeah.
something moving
In
forward?
January, probably I will be ready. I want to try it. It works perfectly. We keep doing business, you know.
Sure.
I'm gonna be the first one that I'm gonna jump in the water doing this much of marketing like that. Let's go see what happens.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, that money either way it's going to be paid. It's going to be paid whether if it's in mistakes as in like Yelp or like whatever you may use that doesn't provide anything, or it's going to be paid in time, right? Whether like you're trying to figure it out on your own and then you just don't go to someone like I don't if I were to paint a house, I would probably have a hard time doing it by myself, right? And figuring it out by myself. But if I were to get your help,
How did you find us? You saw in Yelp information?
no, I just saw you on Google, really.
Mm.
Like just basically if in searching up painters, I mean, you're on the Google Maps, as you know, right? So
Okay.
would you like an honest truth, would you be ready to go January?
Yes. Normally I go middle and the end of the month to um to pay for my marketing stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Right now, like I said, we already done for the rest of December. So in January, I will be able to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could definitely count on you to go to right away in January and start producing new estimates too.
Yeah.
Because they're so like I mentioned, like I've spoke to a few other painters. So one painter is definitely going to be one that I work with in the area. That's just depending whether it's going to be you or someone else. But at the end of the day, one painter is going to fulfill that area just because right now, as you know, I'm in Salt Lake, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm definitely starting here local as much as possible before moving to any other states. And the next state we have planned is Idaho, right? Just because there's so many painters that are really good at what they do, but they just don't know how to get their message out there all the way.
Yeah.
And they just don't know how to fill up their calendar, but they do really great work, but they don't get the recognition they deserve, right? So if let's schedule something for January just so we know we're ready to go and then get on an onboarding call and then get things moving.
Okay. So if you come to me January the 9th,
Okay.
and then we can have a conversation then. January the 9th.
Sure. So what would that conversation be about exactly? Would it be like, hey, we're ready to go, let's do this, where do I pay? Or is it gonna be like you still have some questions or
Probably I will be almost ready to go, and I'm for sure I'm gonna have more questions because after I hang out with you, I'm gonna do research, you know, during these days, see what are the things that I will get from you, and um, it will be on January the 9th. It will be let's go.
for sure, because
If I have any questions, I will call you before and say, hey, Alex, what about this thing and that thing? You know what I mean?
yeah, because the last thing that I would want for a January 9th is to be like, all right, like let me think about it a little bit more, or like let me talk to someone because um, at that point, I really want to go hard with, putting someone's name out there. Just because that month and leading on is a really good month to start getting estimates in the door. Because and if you know what you're doing to put your name out there, you're gonna do really well those upcoming months, right? But right now it's like prepped for that. And that's why I wanted to hop on this call, really, just to kind of show you everything. But then on top of that is just to know if it's going to be a fit for that month, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Perfect.
yeah, we'll get to then. I do have a question about your email, just because when I tried to type something, when I tried to type in the one you gave me, it doesn't go through. Maybe I got something wrong on it. But what is your email, just so I can resend that calendar invite?
It's Andres, Andres,
Okay.
at A. So it's AMC View Painting. So it's AV, P is in painting, D in decoration.co.
Okay. So did you get that email?
I did got
Oh,
your
you
email.
got it. So, okay, so I'm gonna resend it for January 9th. What time are you thinking would be best? January 9th lands on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right.
So what time do you think would be best to say, all right, look, let's get moving on this, and